Hey Frank, how's it going? Good, I hope. I hope all is good with you. It's Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Well, I did a ship first thing this morning, came back and I just got done editing it and loading it onto YouTube. So nothing spectacular, but it was a ship. The Algoma Discovery was downbound. Then I came back after I finished that. I fed Boone. Boone got his breakfast, and now he's outside terrorizing the backyard, I guess. I don't know. Brenda, good morning to you, Brenda. Good to see you. How's your little angel doing? Good, I hope. Boone is being Boone. Hey, Jody. Yes, Jody was the first one in on his other name, Frank. She's getting big. How big will she get, Brenda? She's only 3 or 4 month old puppy, I guess, but she'll probably get to be good size.
30 trucks some of these. Okay, thank you. Yes, good morning. Bag all number, and I'll give you 35 minutes for Black River. Browser is no recorded traffic. There's a check down my birth from 5,004. Ever. There it is.
Oh, sorry about that. She's getting big, okay. Oh, see, she's gonna be 6 on the 14th. Okay. Oh, it's over 30. She's 30 pounds now, so she's probably gonna be what, 60, 70 pounds by the time she grows. That'll keep you and Bill busy, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I often complain about Boone, but I don't know what I'd do without him. Yep, that's right, Brenda. Exactly. Well, I don't know where all of our regulars are. Maybe they're busy doing other things. So how's she adapting to life with you and Bill? Is she doing really well, or any issues there? There's a ship that's upbound, probably be at the Black River in about 20 minutes, and then on up to where I usually am. But unless I get somebody on the panel, I may not catch it. It's a Canadian steamship, Thunder Bay, self unloader. TJ and Joe usually are here by now. Joe might have gone out flying with friends or whoever he decided to meet up with or didn't. I don't have the clue on that. I don't know if Johnny was going to go fly today or not, but maybe Joe and Johnny met up again. Boone is only happiest when I leave the door a crack open so he can come and go to the outside. He has a lot of independence. The Not much going on down here on the river. What you can notice is that fine haze up there, and I understand that that's part of the Canadian wildfires. The since everything comes west to east, that's smoke from the Canadian wildfires causes a hazing effect. Here comes Sir Lancelot. Good morning, Lance.
Hey, Paul.
Are you headed to school or are you going to go fly?
Both. I'm going to fly first and then head to school. We're late start today, so every Wednesday's a late start. So
Okay.
I'm going to go put some gas in the car, go find a place to fly for about 15 minutes, and then head on in. It's my last super crazy day to hand out yearbooks. After this, it should slow down because I've handed all of them out except for about 100 of them. So it'll be
How many yearbooks did you distribute?
about 600 so far. I have about 100 left, and then we're still selling them in the office. But we stopped selling them in the office, or we stopped selling them online as soon as they hit the building.
Okay.
Just because of the paperwork. Because I print out all the online sales, and that's how I hand out the books. And then after that, they've got to go to the office and they buy them right there, and the cashier hands the book to them. So that part's out of my hands, which is good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that part.
Yeah, kind of crazy for her, but oh well. She gets paid big bucks.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I'm curious. When I get there, I'm gonna have to go talk to the assistant principal and see if they they caught the culprit that let the crickets out. You know, she
Yeah, and the other thing too, Lance is asking, what did you do with the crickets? Are they
exactly.
still running around in the school or what?
Yeah. Well, immediately a custodian came down. I don't know what he did, but I chuckled as he walked by and I said, "Hey, good luck."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, there's a bathroom full of crickets down there." So I don't know how they got him out.
They might be able to use one of those sweepers, and then sweep them into there and then dump them into a trash barrel, but I don't know.
Yeah, it depends how lively and jumpy they are too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
What a I mean that's a first for me. I've been doing this 43 years, and
Well, I've never heard of anything like that before.
Yeah, we've got to give the kid a merit for originality at least.
But a demerit for causing a hassle.
Yeah.
So it kind of washes itself out,
Exactly. You can't condone it, but you can kind of laugh off to the side and not let the kid know that it's kind of a. You play any tips today?
Yeah, I got one this morning and I got it posted. And I'm waiting on another one. I'm waiting for somebody to come up here and be online and so that I can go down and catch the ship,
Where's Justin when you need him?
Yeah, well, you never know. Justin probably might have slept in. I don't know if he was playing Fortnite last night or what.
Sure. Yes, I haven't played Fortnite in forever. I need to dabble back into that a little bit because I was never any good at it.
Well, I never even back when the games were just like home versions of Atari or whatever. I never got into that. I had a couple of them and just didn't. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I remember back as a kid, young kid, that the big thing on TV was Pong.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Pong was, and then they kind of advanced to Donkey Kong and Pac-Man.
Hanging with JD says that after they collected the crickets, did they use them in the school lunches?
Yeah. I'm going to go talk to the assistant principal this morning and see if he found the guy. We have cameras in that hallway, so we know the kid that reported it, so we'll be able to see him go in, and he saw him dump them. So eventually, a couple kids are going to come out, or a kid will come out, or the kid that saw him will come out as well. So I'm sure they'll find out the kid that actually dumped the crickets. So how many times have you replaced your props on your Air 2S?
I haven't yet, and I've got hundreds of hours on it.
Okay. I finally got my first chip in any of my drones on the Avata 2 when I did my crash when I had my 360 on top, and it took about a half-inch chip off of one of the props on one of them, and I still flew it for a couple flights, but really safely just to see if it would fly, and it seemed to fly fine. But of course, I didn't want to risk it after that. I replaced the prop. But I put on the master air screw props on my original Avata. So that has master air screw props on it because those are quieter than the original Avata props that were super loud. I mean, that original Avata was super loud.
Now, do you fly the Avata a lot?
The Avata 2, I do now that the weather's nice, but there was a couple months, like, probably December to February, I didn't fly it very much at all, like maybe once a month.
Now,
If that.
how does the Neo work since you got it back?
Fine. Yeah, I tried to hook it up to the goggles just to see if I could, and I haven't been successful with it yet. So I need to look into exactly
How
how
to
to
do that? Yeah.
Yeah, but seems to fly okay. I took it to when you put the settings on, you can either, and I don't know the exact wording, but you can put close, medium, or far. So when you do follow me, you can do either close follow, medium follow, or far away follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I set it to
See, I was
medium
never
follow.
I was never comfortable with those on the drone setting things,
Uh-huh. So I changed it to medium, and then I turned everything off again. I wanted to see if it would stay at medium or it reverted back to close. And it appears that it stays at medium. So I'm glad about that, and I need to know about that as well. If I ever take it off and I want it to stay close, I don't want to I need to change the settings, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Because I don't want to fly it and follow me in my classroom at medium, because it might run into something, right? But close, I know it's going to stay close. Someone's coming in.
Yep. Mark White.
Marcus.
Hi, Lance.
Morning, Mark.
I'm Paul. You
How
must
you
have
been?
changed.
How
You
you
must
been,
have changed the
Mark? Good?
props.
What's that?
You must have changed them props on
No,
your
I've never
Air2S.
changed them.
What about when you crashed into the police station?
I didn't. Oh no, that just came down. It didn't chip anything or didn't break a prop or anything.
All right.
It just ran into to a tree, I think, and just came down.
You were probably lucky that it didn't damage any props then.
Yeah, I'm lucky it didn't do a lot of damage.
Didn't do a lot of
The
damage. Yeah.
gimbal, and everything's fine. I'm very lucky. I wasn't lucky on some other ones though. That
No, that is true.
Jonathan, good morning.
Morning, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to me either Joe or Justin or both of them coming in. Not that I'm not appreciative of you, Lance, and you, Mark, but I would like to go catch the ship that's upbound, and it's out about 10 minutes or so before it comes around the bend at the Black River.
Uh-huh.
Jonathan, no, that was when was that? That was
Oh
last
no,
year.
it was ages ago.
Yeah, and Paul,
A few months ago.
I'm hit and miss, especially this week. I'm hit and miss because as soon as I get to school, I've got to set up for my yearbook stuff.
Well, that's all right. We understand you got a job to do.
Yeah, Justin and Joe are unemployed.
It doesn't mean that they're not busy though.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop friending Joe because he's too chicken to fly through that tugboat. If Johnny can do it, anyone can.
There you go.
Well,
That'll get Joe.
He was supposed to fly through it for his 100th flight of his Avata.
I mean, after all, he's got 204 flights with his Mavic 3. Should be able to fly with the Avata 2.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you have to stop and get gas for just under $1 million a gallon.
How much is gas out there?
I'll let you know in about 5 minutes. It's over $4.
Oh, really? It's only $3.10 a gallon here.
Yeah, our cost of living is way too expensive here. I had a retired teacher buddy of mine who retired, and he retired down in Florida because it was, you know, just the cost of living was so much cheaper for him. Like, yeah, I don't know what, you know, we'll follow our daughter wherever she lands, but I think she's gonna come back to Washington.
So you'll move wherever your daughter ends up landing?
Probably, yeah.
Has she got a boyfriend now? Or
She does. She still has the same boyfriend here in Washington.
is he younger?
Barely. Same class, same graduating class. So basically the same age.
So is he going to college too, or?
He is, yeah. Here in Washington.
Boy, I've gotten a gaggle of uh, of chipmunks in my neighborhood lately. Right now, I've got like 4 or 5 chipmunks out running around. Here comes Joe now. Morning, Joe.
Hey, hey, Paul, go fly your ship.
Yeah,
Watching your show in the morning when you first started, like watching 50 First Dates.
Well, but you know,
Ask Lance if the girl's got a boyfriend. I've been saying every time he talks about it, get rid of him because he's causing a problem. You said he's flying with Joe. Maybe he's flying with his friend or somebody. It's like every day you ask the same question. So go fly your ship. Go. 50 First Dates every day.
Okay, I'm gonna go fly the ship, Joe.
If you would have just left your chair and left yourself as host and let people come in, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Well, the problem is that they just can't come in on their own.
Yeah, but yeah, you go. Fine, go on. Feel like I'm watching that movie. Or Groundhog Day or something. Oh, I gave you something. Go. Hey, Lance, the only way I'm gonna follow my son is my son goes to Hawaii. And I'm not flying through the tugboat, so unfriend me. I heard all of that. Not flying through it yet, at least. Where's Lance? He can quit on us, or he's not talking?
He's getting petrol.
Oh. And I'm not unemployed either. I'm just, what's the word?
Self-employed.
Let's see. Think of a good word for it. I'm
Self-employed.
selectively employed. In fact, I'll be employed this afternoon. I won't be on. I got a text last night at 9 o'clock. Can you shoot volleyball tomorrow? I said, volleyball, we're back in school. I said, summer league. So I'll be there from 3:30 to Lord knows when. Come on today. Hey, Jonathan. No good news. I'll be able to sit in the chair. I don't even sit on my stool. I sit on a rolling chair.
Mhm.
It's like I have to come back, guys. My radio's not picking you guys up. Hold on. Be right back.
Okay, I'll be back. I know you're looking forward to that.
Now we can talk about Paul.
Okay, it's safe for everybody to come in now.
Well, since he started the show, I've been in the background because I've been fixing stuff for the dogs and everything else. See,
Yeah,
look.
told you. You were co-host. Can you let him in? Yeah.
So $4 a gallon at Costco. So it's probably about $4.85 in town.
Huh.
In fact, let me look here. They're coming up to a Shell station now.
I'd move.
Can't tell. I would too. I'd move to Louisiana.
Yeah, you come fly a tugboat, they tell me I'm too scared to fly the
Mm-hmm.
before you unfriend me. Unfriend me.
Yep. Well, I already unfriended you.
Oh, thank God. Finally got it right.
Quite see the gas station prices here. Let me.
Let's see, we're gonna change Paul's name to the show. It's gonna be Welcome to Studio B. Gonna say where every show begins like Groundhog Day.
$4.85.
Wow. Okay, welcome to Studio B and 51st dates.
Got to close my gas cap.
And if I recall, Mark, when he got his drone back, he said everything worked fine, but he had a broken prop.
I thought so. But
Yeah, I'm thinking about going back and looking at it. Now my Mavic 3 205 flights got one chip in the prop the day it hit me. I never changed. I have like 5 sets of props, and I kept wanting to change them every time, but there was nothing wrong with them. I said, if I put a new prop on and something's wrong with it and it crashes, I'll be pissed. It's like I know what light's supposed to be on my car that don't hurt anything, and they're on, but I ain't worrying about it.
uh-huh.
I thought my cousin, he's a mechanic, told me, he said, you got a light on and you know it's a sensor, and that sensor's not really causing an issue, don't worry about it. If you want to change it, change it. He said if it's something that can show a problem that can happen all of a sudden, then you change it. But if it's just something like the air being a little low on the tire, eventually get your air in the tire, like that.
Yeah.
Like that gas sensor that works sometimes. I just hit my trip button. I know when I get to around 160, I gotta start thinking about gas. I can go to 230 if I wanted to. No. I know you ate your dish. Go eat some more. So I know I got that down to a science, The
Yeah.
one that says that there's a sensor on it says that the timing belt sensor that's saying that it's a misalignment read or it's not working. I double checked that and they said it goes out from time to time, but as long as it's not idling bad, it's fine. And it's not idling bad. So I got the sensor in the car. I just have to go underneath there, take the thing off and put it on. The screw. But I gotta take the whole panel off to get to it.
Yeah.
That
just-
that tugboat is looking worse for the wear. You're going to regret yourself if you don't fly through that before it completely collapses.
And you know why I'm not going through it? Because it might collapse while I'm going through it.
There you go.
Well, the only one I would ever go through with, I might go through with the Neo.
There you go. Let that crash into all kinds of things.
Because that thing, that's easy to fix.
Your hyperlapse was kind of cool. I think Johnny has one too, doesn't he? You both
Yeah,
did
he
that.
did one. He did one looking at it horizontally. I did it vertically so that I could
Okay.
take that thing and put it back as a short later.
Okay. You don't
I
have
think
a
that-
mini.
What?
Do you have a mini at all? Any mini 3, mini 4, mini 2?
None. I sold the Mini 3 Pro.
Okay. And I like the Mini 3 Pro only because the camera flips.
Yeah.
As you know, the Mini 4 Pro doesn't. All the other vertical drones all crop in. So that's why I like the 3 Pro.
If you look at that ship coming around the thing, it's all hazy. He was talking about the fires, the smoke from the fires. I wouldn't
Yeah.
go fly it out there right now because it's not going to really look that good. Muscle memory, more muscle memory for Paul. You just gotta go do it.
The daft thing about it is the original Mavic Pro's camera flipped through 90 degrees as well.
Oh, it did? That's you?
No, the original Mavic Pro.
Oh. No, the Mavic. Not the the Mavic. Oh, the original. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they did an Alpine as well, a white one.
Boy, that's going back a ways.
2016 to 19, something like that.
Yeah.
Mine's a 2019. I've got a Platinum.
I remember when the Mavics first came out, I thought, and the only thing you had were the Phantoms. And I thought, that Mavic is so ugly and so small, and it doesn't look like it would perform as well as the Phantoms. That was my thought. And now the Phantoms are pretty darn ugly.
Yeah.
And large and bulky, and they're way too. You see those way easier. The Karens will spot that one before they'll spot a Mavic.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had any of the Phantoms.
I still have my Phantom 3 standard, 2.7K.
Yeah. I've got a Mini 1
I have a Mini one.
and a 3 Pro and a 4 Pro. Got 3 Minis, an Air 2S, and a Pro Platinum.
I love my Air 2S. Thank goodness it's going to be cooler up here today. It's only 57 right now. Kind of a cloud cover.
My Air 2S went further than my Mini 3 Pro. When I was using the RC with it. Who's joined us?
Oh, Jason. From Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA.
Hey, Jason.
Jason and I have something in common.
Yeah, you don't.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing?
Attention on deck.
Carry on, Joe.
Morning, Jason.
Good morning, fellas. Lance, Paul,
Hi,
Joe.
Jason. Oh, Paul's not here.
Oh.
Just, you got to look
He's
at the
not
change
there?
to see his ship.
Just
He's
for a
never
change.
here.
Okay.
You
Right
should,
on.
you
That's
should have heard
cool.
the show from the very beginning today, Jason. It's like
Oh,
you're
yeah?
watching a movie 50 First Dates.
Wow, that's awesome. What do we have in
Morning,
common,
Jim.
Lance?
I've already told you. I'm not going to tell you again.
JDS.
Oh, okay. I
We
didn't
had
hear
the,
it.
we had the same first name. I told you that about a year ago.
So why do you go by Lance?
Well, let me tell you. So my older brother was named not after my dad, because my dad did not have a middle name, but had the same first name as my dad, and he's older. And as a toddler, every time someone would come over, they would say my dad's name, and both my dad and my brother would answer because they didn't know who they were talking to, right? So it was a hassle. My dad said, that's too confusing. So we're going to call you by your middle name, my older brother. So they started calling him by his middle name. I came up around 4 years later, and our initials are all the same, JLC. And so my dad and mom said, well, we're going to call him by his middle name too. So they called me by my middle name. And then my younger brother came around, of course, JLC, and they called him by his middle name. So all three of us growing up were called by our middle name, and it just stuck. I'm the only one that still goes by my middle name, but my two older brothers reverted to their first name just because of the hassle. So yeah.
No, it's funny. I mean, a lot of people, I know a handful of people that do go by their middle name. In fact, the owner of iFly, he goes by his middle name, or it's a partnership. So yeah, he goes by his middle name. And I was like, oh, all right. When I found out he had a first name.
Yeah, I had an uncle who was called George Ernest, but he was always known as Uncle Ernie.
But his first name was Georgia?
His first name was George.
George. I thought I heard you say Georgia. I was like, well,
George,
I would go by my middle name too if I had a name of Georgia.
George Ernest.
Nice. Ernest.
And my middle name is my dad's name. So I'm Mark Raymond. And my dad's Ray.
Right on. That was weird.
It's strange because nobody in my family was ever called Mark. So I'm not named after anybody in the family.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, in Filipino culture, there's always typical, I guess, named folk, but they always say it, Junjun, Jojo, Mimi,
Yeah.
you know, boy, boy. But in our family, we don't have many repeat names, come to think about it, that I can recall. Maybe like in the middle names kind of thing, you know, but yeah,
Yeah, we don't
everybody's got
either.
an original name.
So, Jason, when are you going to buy the Mavic 4?
I'm not going to.
No?
Nah.
Unless Justin sends him a link.
How much is it?
Not too much.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather buy something else that that I'm interested in now, or who knows if I'm interested in doing it in the future, then yeah, for sure. But the Mavic 3 Pro Cine that I have right now, it's paid
adequate.
for itself already, you know, and I don't
No,
have
the
a need
Mavic-
for what the Mavic 4 Pro
No, three.
does. I mean, nobody really does in this area.
Not a 2 cine, a 3 cine.
Yep, 3 Cine.
So the Mavic 3 Pro Cine has what, 5K, 1 terabyte storage? What is that?
I don't know.
But
I have to
that's
look it up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's-
caveat between that and the regular one, right? It's just
Yeah,
got
it's-
more storage.
It's
It's got
Uh,
storage.
It's got a 1
It's got
terabyte.
internal storage
SSD in it.
And 1
and
terabyte.
ProRes.
and it allows you to shoot in ProRes, which I've only had one job that needed the Apple ProRes file format, and
Yeah.
that was actually why I bought it specifically for that job. And nobody else needs it, you know.
Yeah. But you're a PC and a Mac. You're a hybrid guy.
I'm a PC guy.
But you can use the Apple ProRes on your PC.
I guess so. I mean, I was able to view the footage that I shot. But my deal is that I pretty much just take when I shoot. I don't edit any video for my client. I just shoot and I give them videos so that they can edit as they see fit. So I didn't have to do any editing on it using my PC. I just downloaded it, you know, put it onto a SSD and give them the whole SSD and called it a day. And that's how I work. My little side hustle, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, video editing, it's so subjective, and then it turns into I hope they like this, and I'm like, yeah. Even though some people, you know, they're like, I really like what you shot. Can you, in fact, I make a video for myself, and they're like, hey, can I buy the raw footage off of you? Yeah, sure. Like when I shot for Beach Ford dealership here, turned out they had a giant Go Navy sign painted on the roof of the building, and an advertising company locally saw it, and they reached out to me and said, hey, I'd like to purchase the videos for use. Okay, you know, $500. Didn't even ask for it, you know.
Mm.
But that's what I told him. I was like, yeah, $500. I'll give you all the footage.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I went to take my pills just now. I take in the morning. I looked down and said, something don't look right. Because I got a blue one in the morning. I didn't have a blue one in it. I grabbed the ones for the last night. We're going to take last night's again. I'm glad I look at them.
That's a wheelchair in the middle of the road.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it.
I just pulled it off like it fell off someone's car or something.
When I was working EMS, we had a guy, he was a quadriplegic, a paraplegic. And he was in a wheelchair and he got in an accident. So he was like freaking out because he didn't want to tell his family he got in an accident. And he's Vietnamese, so it was a big family thing, like tradition thing. Like he'd be disappointed in and all of this. And the guy got in his wheelchair and started riding out in traffic trying to get hit by a car.
Oh wow. That's unfortunate.
The cops yanked him out of the wheelchair, threw him on my stretcher and said, you need to take him now. Now we're gonna bring him in for mental. Like that. But and he had a fanny pack sitting on the front and he had his hands on it. He had it clenched, he wouldn't let anybody near it. The cop told him, he said, we're gonna take it off if you have a weapon in it or what. I can't remember the exact number now, but it was like $18,000 in cash.
Snap.
Yeah, he had a fit when we took it. Because I took the cop started to take it open and felt it, and then he said, this is too soft, and he handed it to me. He said, see if they got a gun in there. And I opened it up and I went, hey, Bendy, you need to come look at this. He goes, what kind of gun is it? I said, no, you need to look at it. I opened it up. And I said, come, don't go anywhere. Because we got to find, I said, if we got it in our custody now, we need to know exactly what's in here. So we sat there and counted it all out while he was yelling at us in Vietnamese. Counted it all out. I wrote, now I said, he said, I had the patient, so I got technically custody of it since it's not a weapon. I said, I'm gonna write down what's on my report. I wrote it down that we took this off his person, wrote it down and made Bender sign it and witness it. That sucker didn't leave my hand, so it went back to American Medical Response. It's safe. I wasn't about to get told anything about that. Because at the time I needed money. I didn't need it that bad.
Yeah.
I hear that. Plus, that's how karma will get you back as well. You buy whatever you buy with that money. If one believes that anyway.
Well, if the guy didn't have any insurance, the hospital probably kept it.
No, we got to the hospital.
Yeah,
When we got to the hospital, I was going to give it to them to put it in their safe. And I told them I had some personal effects to the person that I needed them to sign for. And the security guard come down, it looked like she'd been eating a donut. And she comes down there wobbling in, And she said, what you got, baby? And I said, I got this money here that's his. Well, I'll take it and I'll go put it in the safe. I said, you're going to count it and sign for it. We'll do that later. I said, no, you ain't taking it then. Well, it's his personal effects. I said, well, guess what? I'm keeping it till we get somebody to sign for it. And she said, that's not the way it works. We take it, we put it in the safe, we'll inventory, and then we'll give him a copy. I said, you ain't doing it. Listen to me. I said, too much money in here. I'm not even showing it to you. That's what I told her. Unless you're going to sit here counter with me and sign for it, and I want your ID. And I was yelling at her. And I started yelling at her in charity. And they looked at me and I said, somebody get somebody else in here because I'm not giving this money to her. And she says, well, I'm the only one on tonight. I said, okay, never mind. I said, 42P. I said, I said, it's 42P. I said, 42. I said, be advised. I said, we need to come by and lock the personal effects of this patient. I said, we have some extensive cash. 10 for. I said, it's mine now. But now I'm not giving it up, because my boss said bring it in.
Right.
Well, I pissed them all off over there, but I wasn't about to give them any money. I knew what they were going to do with it.
No, I get it 100%, and Oh yeah, we only got, $1,000. Yeah, okay.
Well, let me tell you about
People
Charity
have no
Hospital.
integrity.
Charity Hospital New Orleans worked off a triage. It was their #1 trauma center when it was open. The doctors there were basically doctors that were in training, except for a few staff that worked all the time. They're very special. This was the best trauma center in the Southeast. That's how much they did. But you'd walk in at any given time and you'd have 100 patients sitting in their triage that might sit there for 12 hours before they can get in, depending on what was happening. So, if you had an emergency, they'd get you in, but they'd still triage you. My cousin was hit by a train, okay? Hit by a train,
Damn.
had multiple broken bones, but because he was stable, he sat on a cart, he sat on a gurney in the hallway with an IV for 8 hours. Okay,
What?
before they could get him in. Yeah, because all the stuff happening. Then it took them 8 hours to get him in. Okay,
Wow.
so then all the bones were already pretty set and everything else. But we had one of the paramedics that worked with me. She got something in the eye, so she went in. She said, "I can't even open my eye." So I'm getting queasy and everything. So one of the doctors said, "Go to the other side. We got an eye clinic over here. Just go in there and let them know what's going on." She goes in there, and I'm getting the patient, Lance Otherphone. So I'm getting my patient checked in, and it took me about 15, 20 minutes. I finished up, put everything away. Now I'm about 30 minutes in. I go over there, and she's sitting in the room by herself with 2 doctors sitting at a table eating lunch. Now she's in there, can't open her eye, feeling queasy. And they said, we'll get you after we finish lunch. I said, what's going on, Jane? She says, they said they'd get to me when they finish eating. I said, I'll be right back. I went and found Dr. Morvez that ran the place. I said, Dr. Morvez, I said, remember y'all told me to send Janie over there? She said, yeah. Yeah, she's been sitting there for 30 minutes because they're eating lunch. I won't tell you what he told them. But he said, if we have a medical professional walk through that door, I don't give a shit what you're doing. You better stop.
Right.
And he said, I will take care of this patient. Y'all go home. Y'all don't need to be here tonight. I'll write it up and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. And these were medical people that were in practical learning, in their, the training right there. But he threw
Right.
3, it was 3 of them. All 3 of them sent them home. And he told me, he said, well, if y'all ever have a problem, just come find me or find one of my staff. We'll take care of it because that's bullshit.
I
mean,
agree. That is bullshit.
And he yelled at him for 30 minutes before he sent him home while he was working on Janie. Yeah, that was a fun place to go into. Charity Hospital, New Orleans. Now it's a abandoned building in the heart of New Orleans that's full of everything from Katrina that's still there from Katrina. The bottom basements have pumps in it to keep the water out because it's still got slime and stuff in there. Everything's rusted now. And they're talking about taking that building
I'll see you guys later on.
later.
All right. See you later, Jason.
Have a great day, everyone.
They're talking about taking that building, gutting it out, and making apartments in there. Oh, hell no. I would never live in that building.
No.
Too many people died in there. Too many experiments in that building. They've had people break into the place and stay there overnight and couldn't stay overnight because they said they could hear people walking. They could hear people crying, people screaming. I said, oh, hell no. And they got arbitrarily, the electricity's turned off to it, but there's no electricity in there right now. But arbitrarily, you'll look up and a light in one of the rooms or one of the offices will be on. And the police have actually asked, because they've gone in and thinking people are in there with flashlights and not finding anybody. And they actually talked about it. They said they were on news a few years ago saying that people have been reporting lights on Charity Hospital. The police said if they catch you in Charity Hospital with flashlights at nighttime like that, you will be arrested and all of this because the city owns it. And Energy came back and said, there is no power in that building. And when you look at it, it's not a flashlight, that whole room's lit up. So they don't know what's going on. I ain't going in that building. I didn't want to drive by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a picture and show you what this building looks like. It's a modern Addams family thing.
Mhm. Hi, TJ.
TJ. I'm trying to find if they show one of the spooky pictures. I'm not finding the picture I know I'm looking for.
OMG, I've got a kid helping me first lunch, only one kid, and she doesn't show.
Huh.
So I will be scrambling. Joe, do you want to help me hand out books?
No,
Joe, did you miss me?
I didn't realize you were gone. Business as usual.
I love you too, Joe. TJ, I see little brother there.
Here you go, Mark. This is Charity Hospital. Oh shoot, where all those pictures coming from? Hold on. Where that picture coming from?
Joe, Lance must have put that on there.
No, you know what that's on?
What?
That's on Pinterest. Pinterest. It's a Charity Hospital picture and all the women in their bikinis and stuff. What? Oh, that's why I don't have a account with that bullshit. It was on this one too. No, you see, this I clicked on it again. Same picture. Look at this shit. Wait, hold on. It don't come up now. That's Charity Hospital. It's abandoned. They've had so many people die in this building, so many experiments in this building, so many autopsies in this building, and they're gonna gut it and make it
An apartment complex?
An apartment complex. Oh hell no.
That would have to come with one hell of a release as far as on the lease, you know.
Yeah, and you see this street corner right here? That's Tulane and LaSalle right there. It's called Tulane. That's Tulane and LaSalle. That's a street right here. On my side, it's Tulane Medical Center. You see where they've got this little like walkway and all this stuff where the line is, where you stop for the traffic light?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's where I was parked that night where the two guys started shooting at each other and the bullet came in behind me
All right.
in the unit. They started shooting in front of me, and Tulane Medical Center shot back at them and hit the unit. They didn't hit them, they hit me. Hit my unit. Well, would you live in that building?
If I didn't know better, maybe.
No, everybody knows better. Everybody knows what that building is.
Personally,
And the guy actually was going to buy it and make apartments out of it.
I don't fancy the idea of living in apartments anyway, to be honest.
Well, you got to remember, Joe, that I had two people die in my apartment upstairs.
That's too. If I she gonna tell you, she need to move. The odds are against her.
Well, two that I know of, and supposedly there might have been a third one that died up there when I was much younger.
Okay, so that just sounds like a death trap to me.
Who's coming in? Mudball.
Fish
Hi,
eye.
Donald.
Hi guys.
Hello, Donald.
Why did my earbud stop?
You know, when I shared that earlier picture, that makes me courtesy. Why would you put a hospital? He had a hospital, he had 3 automobiles, and he had women's pictures half naked all over them. So that's a strange individual. You got a lot of different hobbies.
You know, it's 2025. We don't believe in ghosts anymore.
Well, you go stay there overnight.
Okay. I've gone to sleep in a graveyard before. I don't care.
There you go, Joe.
Go
It's a
ahead.
place.
Better for thee than me.
I mean, it's really funny that ghosts, people love to go hunting them, but they never come up with any evidence.
I can tell you, the day I saw that little bitty girl walk by my door when I was in the bathroom showering, and I come outside, I knew nobody was in here, and my son was in the back and started screaming, and I said, "What the hell happened?" He said, "There's a little girl standing next to the bed." You know, and I've asked people that used to be here before years ago about the complex, and I said, "Do you know if, like, a little girl drowned in the pool or died in the complex or what?" You know, and nobody knew. And then that night I came home and I was tired, so I could attribute that. I was tired and I laid in bed and I felt something like sit on the side of the bed down on the other side. And I said, "Okay, I'm in no mood for this tonight." I said, "So you need to find a place to just lay down. I'm not going to bother you. Don't bother me." And then I felt it get off the bed. Then I felt it like right next to me. I was kind of sideways, like sit on the bed next to me. And I said, "Shit, I ain't opening my eyes. There ain't no way I'm opening my eyes like this." And I felt like a little hand. I had my hands together like this. And I felt like a little hand slide in between my hands. I said, "Okay, go to sleep." And I felt the hand kind of just disappear. And that's when I opened my eyes. I went, I've never seen it since.
Well, I remember being in the upstairs bedroom when I was just 12 or 13 or 14-year old, and all of a sudden the book started floating in the air, moving around.
So what you're saying is you were eating too many Boston creams back then too.
No, it was I knew that there was a spirit up there.
Well, Scrooge said it was the bad meat in the whatever he was eating. Donald saying, "Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right."
I've experienced sleep paralysis before, but it's a known thing.
I experienced it when they gave me tie locks one time. I lay there and I couldn't move.
I've had when I was younger. And it was when I was keeping odd hours. I would have sleep paralysis like a few times a year, and sometimes when I was in that state, I saw crazy crap until I woke up, and it was like, oh. I was stuck in that state again.
So when you went back to sleep, did you start right back over again or what?
No. Sleep paralysis is that state right between waking and sleep where you still can't move your body because when you're asleep, your body doesn't move. But when you wake up and you're aware of your surroundings, but you still can't move, and sometimes you also are seeing things or experiencing things in that dreamlike state.
Ooh, excuse me.
And it's creepy when it's happening, but it's kind of interesting to have happen.
So you enjoyed the experience. You didn't enjoy the feelings that you.
I didn't enjoy the feeling of I didn't enjoy the experience when it's happening, but it is an interesting thing to look into and to have experienced. Okay.
Tried something different last night. I can't make the roof of that. I can't make two at a time with the roof of the birdhouse. I can make one. So I found out can make two of the faces at the time and two of the insides at the same time. So last night at 9:30 at night, I put the two insides to make two of them. And we're at 12 hours and I still have 34 minutes. So I may put, if I'm gonna do them again, I'll make the hardest parts overnight. Like that, so I can make two at a time. Because it only takes an hour to make two of the faces like this. With the little spindle. So it only makes that I can do that, two of them in like an hour, 10 minutes. And then the roof only takes 5 hours. I can actually overnight make two, and then I can make two of these in a day if I do it right. So I'm making two right now that'll be finished today. I'm gonna send one of these to my son up in North Carolina for his house. I'm gonna send him a care package of some of the stuff I found here. It's his.
Oh, my kingdom for a highlighter.
Okay, Donald, you're the one to answer this question. I understand they got the perch on the front for when they come in and land to get in. But when they're inside, how are they going to jump up to this hole to get back to this perch? If they can't, I know they need the perch on the outside, but so they won't need it from the inside, I guess, huh?
Well, that's a good
Doesn't
question.
matter when it's sitting in the landfill.
Maybe it's a place where the mama can come back, perch on the outside, and feed her babies.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because you figure they're gonna. I'm just curious on how they're gonna be able to jump up into that. I don't know. We'll find out. The good news is that this doesn't glue and it snaps in. If they got to take it off, you can take it off.
Oh, well, I need to finish loading up and hit the road.
Where are you going?
And I took the day off, and I'm going to go down and shoot a couple. I'm going to shoot a car lot and a barbecue / steakhouse.
Barbecue Steakhouse?
Yeah, they do barbecue, and I think they do barbecue and steaks and stuff. We'll be shooting steaks today. Actually, I don't have to leave just yet. I got a few minutes.
How far is it you got to go?
It's about an hour, but I got my shot list. Luckily, the agency printed me off or sent me a shot list. Normally, they just wait until I get there and be like, "Okay, let's do this." And it's like, "Okay, I got a shot list, so I have a plan of attack." Gonna do a few drone shots, some shots off sticks on the lot of different vehicles. We're gonna go in and do some maintenance shots.
Hello.
I have a housekeeper today, from 3 to 5 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, I'll send Leslie.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye.
I won't be here this afternoon. I have volleyball to shoot. They got a summer league volleyball, like tournament type thing,
Yeah.
and he got me going to do it. In fact, he's gonna be there too. I found that out late last night.
Morning, Jonathan. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, TJ. Morning, Frank. Morning, DJ. Am I forgetting Jim? Good morning,
Hey, Frank.
Frank. Warren, good morning. Who's can fix stuff? Who is that?
JDS.
JDS.
Okay.
Well, I guess Council on Aging sending out a housekeeper today to help me around the house.
Good.
Have they done your gutters yet?
No.
Are they going to?
Well, they said it's on the schedule, but who knows what that means.
Yeah.
So what are they gonna help you with?
Cleaning the house. They're gonna put me on a regular schedule once a month. That this person comes out and cleans the house, and they don't charge me anything.
What time they said?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Well, that's gonna interfere with your flying.
Yeah, from 3 to 5. Yeah. Well, and it's also gonna banish Boone out into the backyard.
Mm. How much of the house are they actually going to be able to get at?
My part of the house.
Yeah, I know, but all the stuff that's in your house, are they going to clean round it?
Yes.
Hmm.
I have a stupid sick cat. She's got an infection, some swelling and stuff, and trying to get her to take this amoxicillin. She won't do it.
I've got amoxicillin.
So I
Make-
put some in some soft food and set it down in front of her, and she just looked at me like, "Yeah, not today."
Yeah,
Normally she's
that's-
just crazy over it. But she's like, eh,
I can
"You're up to
smell it.
something." She's like, "You're up to something."
Yeah, it smells horrible, amoxicillin.
Cat food smells horrible, and actually, she ate it last night. No problem. We did the same thing last night, and she ate it no problem. This morning, she looked at it just like, no.
Yeah.
And soft food is a treat. They get that in the evenings and they go crazy over it, and they yell at us if we forget. Maybe she's just like, it's not the right time of day for that.
Yeah.
That's not breakfast food.
Yeah, she says you're up to something.
Yeah, I've got some treats for the dog, which are supposed to be multivitamins and help the digestive system. And she's supposed to have 3 a day, but I have to wrap them in a slice of wafer thin ham
Oh,
so that she eats it.
she's taking it if I give it to her by hand. But it's my fingers gross, but
Saying, you gonna make me eat that shit, I'm gonna make you lick it, let me lick it off your hand.
good girl. Yeah, she got in a fight or bit by something and has swelling. So bad that she screams and hollers whenever you try and touch her around it. So hopefully this will.
Well, it could be worse. She could also always be biting and scratching when you touch her around it.
Don, how old is the cat?
Ah, God. 12. She's an old lady.
Okay, yeah, well, I understand. Joe and I understand when you get old, you get cranky, you know?
Some people get old and cranky.
No, for a cat,
No,
that's only middle-aged for a cat.
she's been cranky since we got her.
Now, did you get her as a kitten or did you got her as an adult cat?
Yeah, we had another cat that we moved into this house, and she had never been. I think she had just death by misadventure because she just had a second floor and a staircase, and we found her. Her ribs were crushed on one side,
Okay.
and we had to take her in, have her put her down. And we thought, okay, no cats. We're done. We won't have pets for a while. And we had Archie. We had our dog, but we're like, okay, no cats. And this little kitten, we see this little kitten following people around the neighborhood. And we thought, that cat, that's funny. That cat must belong to those people. It's following around. They're following around like a dog. And she turns and she runs straight up into, because we had just gotten home. And we had the garage door open. We'd just gotten out of the car. She comes running up our driveway to us, just like, there you are. And we're like, no, you need to go with your people. And we picked her up, carried her down. They're like, it's not our cat. She's been following us. Well, some other kids were walking the neighborhood, and we were like,
Did
do you know
you
who
Yes,
have you seen
them.
this cat?
Yeah.
And no, but can we have her? And absolutely, because we didn't want a cat. So we gave her away. Well, the kids came back. We can't have a cat. Our parents won't let us have a cat. And left her. Like, it's not our cat. and she was just sitting outside on the front porch, and we went out, and she was gone. She wasn't on the front porch.
Really?
She was gone. It's like, okay, problem solved. She's not on the front porch. Well, it was kind of cold, and the kids had kind of started thinking they might want a cat. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do a quick walk around the block, and if I see her, I'll bring her home. If I don't see her, I won't bring her home. But if I walk around the block and I see her, so I go walking around the block, and nope, don't see kitty cat, don't see kitty cat. And halfway around the block, I get a phone call from my wife.
Cat's back.
Some other people, the people that were walking that she was following to begin with,
Yeah.
they were doing loops, and they came back along, and they saw the cat again, and thought, "Oh, this is the cat. This is a little kitten that was following us that ran up to that house." So they're like, "That's where she must live." So they picked her up and carried her back to our house, rang the doorbell. So I get back home, and we had a cat.
Yeah, that was fate.
And then after that, she was just like me. She'd bite and just didn't want to. She has her own attitude. She's never been a lap cat, really. She'll hop up for a couple seconds and then she's done. She likes being near people, but
She likes to be around people, but at a distance.
uh-huh.
Does she get excited when new people come in the house or no?
Nope, she hides.
Hides. Okay.
She doesn't like strangers. But yeah, we thought we were done with the cats, and now we have two.
So now you have two cats. Yeah. Do the cats get along,
Well,
or do they just
the-
tolerate each other?
the older one, the original one, she treats the other cat like she treats us. Keep your distance. No, we're not friends. We just live together. But the younger cat that we just got a couple of years ago, she loves the other cat, and just her perfect day would be to be able to cuddle with her.
Oh, wow.
They'll the older cat will lay down somewhere, and the younger cat will lay down close by, and then just kind of scooch over and scooch over and try and get just as close as she can until the older cat gets mad and slaps her. Goes away. I'm afraid one of these days we'll have the same thing happen with a puppy running around the neighborhood. We'll end up with another dog because we're soft-hearted.
No, you care. That's the important thing. It's like Uncle Joe there is always telling me, "You be nice to those squirrels. They're just looking for attention."
Why don't you fatten them up and I can use them in jambalaya? That'd be great.
Yeah, I guess that's how I got this cat as well.
But then
It picked you.
then the problem is
yeah.
it tastes like peanuts, so it wouldn't be as good.
I thought that when my other cat died at 18, that was it. I wasn't going to bother anymore. And this cat was about a year old, and she'd been found pregnant and ill. And one of the neighbours that's got loads of cats had taken her to the vet, got her seen to, chipped, and all the rest of it. And within a month of them having done that, it decided that it wanted to live here instead. That was 12 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. And she goes outside and she goes and sits in that same neighbour's front garden along with the rest of the cats and just sits there all day. And if I open the front door, she'll get up and she'll run across the road and straight into the house again. And she's not a 5-minute lap cat. She'll go to sleep in my lap for hours.
Oh, that's the younger cat that we have. She can't get close enough to a person.
Mm.
And loves to have her belly rubbed for some reason.
Oh, yeah. But so does mine, yeah. You start stroking her and she'll lie down and paws in the air. Yeah.
What's up, Johnny?
And quite often, if I'm lying in bed and I've got one arm out from under the covers on top of the duvet, she'll come and she'll lie against my hand and she'll stay there all night. And quite often, I go to bed at night on my own and end up in the morning stuck between a cat and a dog. Precious is definitely showing signs of age at the moment. Can't even be bothered getting up onto the sofa to lie next to me at the moment. She just lay on my feet.
Justin must have been up last night.
So I was just thinking.
Yeah, he probably went across and was playing Fortnite with David and Corey and whoever.
Now, today is the day to go fly the tugboat.
No,
1 to 3 miles an hour gust.
Yeah,
Is that what you're gonna do? Are you gonna go out and fly the tugboat?
No. Means I gotta go down there right now. I don't want to. If I'd have looked at this 20 minutes ago, I might have. That Lance dropped off?
Yeah. And Johnny.
Here goes, where you at?
There's
We woke his
Justin.
ass up. Yeah, we woke him up. The Trump, U.S.-China deal and U.S. trade deal is done pending presidential approval. Approval.
Hey,
So,
how's it going, Justin?
Good. I just got up, man. I slept in late today.
Well, you played Fortnite last night, didn't you?
No, I was scrolling for something to watch last night, and I realized the third season of Reacher was out, which I didn't realize. And I ended up getting sucked into watching that. I was up till like 4 o'clock watching friggin'. I went through like 6 episodes. That show was good too. And there's a guy in the show in the third season that's even bigger than Reacher, and that's a big dude.
Justin,
Uh,
thanks for the tip on reduced Amazon items.
I mean, I don't know how well a $69 computer is going to work, but yeah. JDS likes buying cheap stuff though and reviewing it.
Boy, Boone is just on fire here today. I'll let you see if you see him come by.
What was your tip? The Amazon like overstock?
No, it's Amazon Haul. It's their version of Temu and Wish.
Mm.
And the shit most of it comes directly from China too. So they're ordering from the same manufacturers.
Oh well, guys, I'm gonna have to get up and get in the car and go.
Oh man.
So I will talk to you later.
Are you leaving?
Yep, I gotta go.
He's
on a
got to.
shoot test.
He's got to go shoot some video. Is it video or photos you got to shoot?
Video.
Video. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So
For work.
do what?
For work or for yourself?
For my own.
Private contract, right?
Your own
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I took the day off from my actual job to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
Oh, it's allowed. Make more money.
A Dell
Maybe.
3120.
No idea.
dropping like flies.
Let me see what JDS said. Looks brand new, Justin. Dell 3120. Isn't that like a 2016, 2017 computer? Hold
No,
on, let me look it up.
no.
Dell 3120.
Damn it, taking so long.
2000.
No,
So there was the original. Is that a Chromebook? JDS? Yeah, I remember that. So that original one was from 2015, but they have recent models from 2024. I could see you getting a Chromebook for that cheap though. Like a refurbished or used one.
Man. Check that out.
You don't need them.
No, Daryl. And his other brother, Daryl, must be in Louisiana again. He said, damn you, Louisiana. That one and this one. That's crackling. They must be around Lafayette area.
I think he said damn because it gave him butt water.
Yeah.
uh,
He said, damn you, Louisiana.
yeah, that could go either direction. Like, is he saying damn you like the food was horrible or damn you the food was good? Or he might be on a diet that he just broke.
And
Okay,
Jonathan,
yeah, the Chromebook. Let's say I totally could see you getting a Chromebook that cheap. I mean, shoot, the ones at Walmart, the new Samsungs, back when I bought them, new Samsung Chromebooks, I think were only 150 at the time. Or
is a
100, I think I paid for them.
is a Chromebook worth getting over a tablet?
I would say yes. It depends on what kind of tablet now you're talking. Now, are you talking about $1,000 tablet from Samsung or Apple?
Yeah, probably because that's what.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would say no. But as cheap as they are, they're definitely going to outdo like $100 tablet or a $200 tablet.
Mm.
Cheap tablets just seem to be really fucking laggy and just shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a choice between like a $200 tablet and a Chromebook, I'd rather take the Chromebook.
Mind you, I guess my tablet, my iPad is an iPad 2020, 1 terabyte. So that's nearly 5 years old now.
But if I was gonna go with like the Microsoft tablet versus a Chromebook, I would take the Microsoft tablet. Or like one of Samsung's flagship ones or even Apple. Awesome, JDS. As long as it works good for the price you got it for. Can't beat that. Can't complain about that. We go out, could go out. Yeah, and I dare to say the third season of Reacher was better than the first two. And the first two were really good.
Not seen any of it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. You're welcome, JDS. No big deal. I got my order. Matter of fact, JDS, was it yesterday or day before? It wasn't bad. The only thing that all the products were decent for what I paid for them, except for just they shorted me on the wire ties I bought or cable ties. I was supposed to get 300. They only sent me 100. But then after I made the comment and put in a ticket for it, then all of a sudden, magically, the listing changed. It went to 100 pieces. I think they realized what they did. I wasn't worried about though. Like I said, it was only $2. Stressing on it.
Yeah, this is Paul Murray. You called me about you were going to
You were going to what? What?
Sending him a cleaner.
Sending them a cleaner.
Yeah.
Like somebody to
Somebody
clean
to
his
clean his
house?
house.
Yeah.
Oh, you lucky bitch.
He's probably canceling.
No, he needs somebody over there.
Somebody from the help the aged type people.
Yeah,
It's gonna interfere with either his ship or Boone having to be out in the backyard for 2 hours. Because that's what he already said. That Boone's going to be outside for 2 hours.
so
Yeah, between 3 and 5.
It's a change in
Why?
his routine.
Why not let Boone just be around the cleaner?
I can just imagine the cleaner trying to get round all the crap that's in Paul's. Oh, don't move that.
Hey, I'm back.
It's
So
like
you
when
cancel it?
What's that?
You canceled it?
No,
Because you don't have to be there while they're there cleaning, do you?
no,
I mean, I
and
guess-
and I just double checked. I says, what is this going to cost me? Because they said something about $4 an hour is what they normally charge, and he says, oh no, this is all donation. You don't have to worry about it.
$4 an hour.
Yep.
That must be a partial payment. There's no way somebody's running a business at $4 an hour. So somebody's
Well,
making up the difference.
That's the St. Clair County senior
It's still
citizens.
$4 an hour, ain't right?
They get
Well,
donation.
that's what I'm saying is there's somebody's making up that difference. Either the insurances are paying for it or
Yeah.
somebody's.
So do you have to pay $4 an hour?
Nope.
So I don't understand why they would even brought that up.
I don't know either, but
Maybe, well, that's what I'm saying is maybe some people, depending on their financials,
Yeah.
maybe they have like different tiers that you have to pay, and then like you'll it'll be the rest of it will get covered by somebody else.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you have to pay your insurance might pay $90 of a bill and you only have to pay $10 of it because it's $100. Same kind of deal, I think.
What's it? They work on government grants, don't they?
yep, it's government money.
Yeah, they're not worried about it.
Yeah,
Lucky.
because I said to him, I says, well, when the lady shows up here, is she going to be looking at me with her hand out? And he says, oh no, 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 no.
Paul gives her a quarter. Good job. Don't spend it all in one place.
Hey, you gonna give up Boston cream? Oh hell no, they won't do that.
Hell no, that's as good as gold. Boston creams.
Well, at least you get somebody to come clean your house. I wish I had that.
Yep.
Well, I guess I do. I got three kids
You-
that I make clean the house.
You'd be cleaning it before they arrived and then cleaning it again after they'd gone, you.
My mom would have done that.
Oh, dude, I do that every time somebody comes over, man. I'll be rushing around trying to clean the house up. I don't like somebody coming over in the house being messy.
That's why I don't go over to see my daughter that much, because you ought to see that house. Lord help me.
It
Nobody
looks good.
cleans.
It looks good, does it?
Nobody clean. There's baby stuff all over the place. The boyfriend comes in and he gets the clothes out of the dryer, puts it in a hamper and leaves the hamper on top of the couch and goes in the room and plays games.
Oh, really?
And he doesn't come out and fold anything. He just goes in there and plays games.
I'll have to say, as much laundry as we go through too, we don't put it away 90% of the time. It just sits in a bunch of baskets. Just dig through it as we need it. Because we got 4 big white baskets that are just 2 are for dirty clothes, 2 are clean clothes.
Yeah, I've got enough that I could go 3 weeks easy without having to wash. And I've got stuff in the dryer right now I haven't pulled out.
Oh,
The other thing's about half full.
ew, that's gross.
What?
No, somebody texted me something. It's gross.
But they dry in the dryer, so I'm not worried about it. I make sure they're good and dry before I leave them in there. Sometimes I'll pull them out and throw them in another basket I got, but then there's no need to get them. I'll get them when I need them.
Shit, like I said, I'd be happy to have somebody come in and clean my house. They come like what, once a week to do like a deep clean or something? Or is it,
I think he
does
said
he
once
get,
a month.
dude, let a hot maid come in the house and spread eagle like Pornhub video. Said, ooh, I
You gotta
didn't
get
mean to.
somebody that doesn't speak English, gonna come in there and give Paul a hard time today.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody who doesn't speak any English. I could just see Paul yelling, El Clino! You El Bicho! Just fucking putting L in front of everything. Ugh. Ugh.
You
So
missed
once a
Paul's.
do
You
what?
missed Paul's beginning of the show this morning. It was
What
like
happened?
51st dates.
What, the forgetting?
Yeah, yeah, it's everything he has every day. It's like 51st dates.
I know there's some days nothing. Other days can't remember shit.
Welcome to Studio B in the fifth in the Groundhog edition, Groundhog Day edition.
Yeah, I can't believe I stayed up that late last night. I was like, holy shit, I looked at the clock after the 6th episode. I was like, oh shit, it's 4:30. It's like I have to take my ass to bed.
Mm.
But it was so good though, that show.
I went to bed at 10 o'clock. Woke up at 4 o'clock because I thought I heard the printer because I had the 3D printer going. Thought I heard something jamming. I woke up here and everything was fine. Went back, laid down, and woke up at 7:52.
Mm.
Then I won't be back tonight because I got volleyball summer league to shoot starting at 3:30.
Man, I'm pissed. I only got one episode left. Dude, I hate these new shows, dude, for the simple fact is I remember when shows used to get like 15, 20, 25 episodes per season. Now you're only getting like 8 or 10.
If that.
On average, I've noticed with most like Paramount, like Netflix shows, it seems to be that's the sweet number now. It's either 8 episodes or you get, if you're lucky, you get 10. It's just fucking annoying, dude. It's like you just blow through the whole season in a matter of like 6 hours.
Mm.
That's why I love when I run across a show that's already been off the air. There's like 10 or 15 fucking seasons. And I just can sit and binge watch the whole damn thing all the way through.
Mm. Yeah, I did that with Strange New Worlds. Took me about 4 days.
Yeah, but you know, and the one good thing about when you get to binge watch a whole show is you get to go from the beginning and the conclusion of the show. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It sucks when you're watching a season and that's all you have to watch, and then you have to sit there and then you got to wait a whole fucking year for the next season to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize Reacher. When did they even release that? I didn't even realize it was out. I just happened to look last night and I was like, I saw there was 3 seasons. I was like, wait, I thought there was only 2. Reacher. Season 3.
What's that on Netflix?
Yeah, no, it's on Amazon Prime. It's one of their shows.
I don't think I've got that.
You have Amazon Prime, don't you?
No.
I was gonna say because you get Amazon Prime Video for free with it.
Mm. Probably got it on what's it?
Yeah, it was
somewhere.
It was released back in February 20th. I can't believe this whole time it's been out and I didn't realize it.
TV.
Like right now, since if you were to start it, at least you'd got 24 episodes to binge. I mean, each season doesn't really tie into each other. They're kind of like each season seems to be like its own new adventure of shit he gets into. But any past characters from other seasons are still there, if they pop in and out of an episode. Like that stuff doesn't change, but the main story of the seasons don't really tie into each other. They're their own thing. Oh, the new season of Tulsa King comes out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do I?
I don't know when the new Tulsa's coming out. Not even sure when the new Wednesday's supposed to start either.
Well, I know Tulsa King, they're in the middle of filming it right now.
Oh yeah, they've been filming Wednesday.
I watched the first season on Wednesday. It was pretty good.
Mm.
So it looks like September 3rd, 2025.
Mm.
What's on September the 3rd?
3 months.
That's when the next season of Wednesday comes out. At least that's what Google says. I don't know if that's 100% accurate.
Mm.
It seems like there's a lot of shows coming out around that time.
Just in time for him to go back to school here. Yeah. Oh, I can check on him. I can just press a button on my telly.
Well, guys, what do you think?
Are you bored?
No, but I think you guys are.
We're fine.
I was
You're
just
the one that
catching up.
wants to go.
I was just catching up on the chat.
Okay, just continue on, my friends. Continue on. I got no place to go or whatever to do. My housekeeper isn't showing up till 3 o'clock this afternoon, so
Now she comes once a month.
twice a month, I think.
Oh, twice. Oh,
You said once earlier.
I'm not sure. I think it's twice a month, every 2 weeks, but I could be wrong.
I wonder if it's like a whole team or if it's just one person.
They must have had a cancellation today at 3 o'clock because I got a call that says I've got a housekeeper available at 3 o'clock today. Are you in or out?
Well, it's a good test run. You can let them do it and see how well they do.
Yep, see how it goes. Yep. That's the same group that
I mean-
I was getting the Meals on Wheels from too.
I mean, you don't really use a lot of dishes.
You
I
don't
guess
use
they'll-
any.
Yeah, the only thing really they'd have to clean is just dust around the house, wipe
Run the
everything
vacuum
down.
sweeper. Yep.
Run the vacuum, clean the bathroom.
See, and that's, I can't get down and clean like down around the toilet and stuff because I just can't do it.
Well, you get a Shark vacuum type cleaner. That's a steam thing. And you
Yeah.
clean it all with steam and it works.
I understand, Joe, but I can't bend over that far.
You're not bending over, you're standing like this.
Yeah, the Shark. I've never used one, but they look like they work really
Yeah,
well.
I've got one.
It's
You
like
fill it
it's like
full
a
of water. It works with steam and cleans everything real good. And
yeah,
you're
it's
not
like the
bending over.
size of a Swiffer.
It's a steam mop. Yeah.
And you actually got an adjustable handle.
I need to find somebody to come out here and clean the living room carpet because I got spots around different places.
Well, ask the cleaning lady. They might have shampooers.
Well, I've got
Never
one.
know.
I've got a steam clean, you know, that supposedly cleans, but it doesn't do that what a good a job.
I have a Bissell one, and it worked really well.
That's what I have is a Bissell.
Yeah,
It worked really good.
I've got a Vax.
Mine's a big ass one though too. But we just recently. Oh no, yeah, we just recently threw it out though. It's something broke on it. I can't remember what it was. Something with the tank broke and it wasn't fixable without buying it. And we'd already had it for like 3-4 years, so I just tossed it.
Mm.
It was usually once every 3-4 months. Me and Sarah would clean the kids' carpet and do our carpet in our bedroom. Rest of the house is all hardwood floors.
Well, I think I could be wrong, but I think there's hardwood floors in the living room, which is where all the spots are, but I'm not sure.
What's crazy?
Under the carpet?
Yeah.
What's crazy too is the hair those things pull up out of the carpet. Jesus. Mine would leave trails of these big clumps of hair, and I have to go back behind with the shop vac and suck it all up. Like the carpet would look good, like clean, like you'd vacuum it, look clean, but the amount of hair that gets down in there, the vacuums don't get. I got a little Shark shop vac that works pretty good. It's a real small one though. It's kind of compact. It's only got like a gallon tank or something on the end of it.
I've got 4 vacuum cleaners and a Vax. I've got the Shark, 2 Dysons, and one of them stupidly, ridiculously expensive metal ones.
One of the Kirby's.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are expensive.
Oh, 1,200 quid it cost.
Oh yeah. They still do the Kirby still, I think, has the door-to-door salespeople that go around.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
The only reason that we've got one is because when my ex was with me, she was doing a part-time job as a cleaner, and one of the places that she cleaned as a doctor's place, and they had a Kirby, and she wanted one.
You nicked it, huh?
We had to get one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say she nicked it from him.
No. They're annoying actually because you've got to make sure if you're not using it, you turn it off.
Yeah.
Because the handle is separate from it. And normally when you put the handle upright on a vacuum cleaner, it stops the brushes from going round. On a Kirby, it doesn't. So we've got 2 nice little lines on our landing carpet where it wore the carpet out. because
Oh,
we
wow.
realized it did that.
Yeah, normally they do that because that's so you can engage the hose and use the hose on it.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of weird.
to put the hose on a Kirby, you unclip the whole of the front end of the vacuum cleaner,
I've never actually owned a Kirby, so
and the brushes come off with it, and you plug another front end on it for the hose.
yeah, and 1200's probably their cheap model too. 'Cause
It
I know
was
they got real expensive ones too that are
it
like
was
3-4 grand.
discounted. It should have been 2,400. Got it half price.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say because that even sounded a little cheap for a Kirby.
Yeah,
1200.
they're powerful enough, definitely. Just a pain in the ass that they've got to have a bag in them. They're not a bagless one, so you have to keep buying new bags. Even though I just undid the bag at one end and put a clip on it so that it closes itself again.
Yeah, and almost none of the new vacuums these days use bags. Very few of them do.
No, they don't.
And if you go to Walmart and look at the vacuums, 99% of them are all just plastic tanks that you pop off to empty.
Yeah.
Yep.
The last vacuum I had that used bags was actually my robot vacuum because the base actually used bags. The self-cleaning base.
All right, yeah. So it emptied itself into a bag. Yeah.
Yeah. It would pull up onto the self-cleaning base and it would suck everything out of the vacuum into a bag.
Mm.
But they were actually pretty big bags. I only had to change it out like once every month or so.
Mm-hmm.
A 12-pack of bags was like nothing. It was like maybe $10, $12.
Oh, just because it's Kirby, the bags aren't cheap either.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
What you gotta do is look out there and find somebody that found another brand's bag that works with it.
Oh, like I said, I just undid the bag at the one end. So
Paul, that's the finished
when
product.
it was full, I just opened it up.
Oh, there you go.
And
Hey,
then
that looks good.
Sealed
Yeah,
it
that's
back.
one of them.
You need a birdhouse there, Mark?
Me? No, I don't need a birdhouse.
Yeah, that's a finished one. I got two more going right now. I'm going to send one to my son up in North Carolina for his house.
Well, what you
His
do
gonna
is you
be-
give it to your other son, let him take it up there.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm printing it now. I'm going to make a little, because I got some stuff here they wanted that I forgot to give it to them last time. I'm going to just box it all up in a box and put a lot of the shredded paper in there so you can't get tore up. You can stick that in the back of your truck, that box, because it's not going to hurt anything. It's all
Yeah.
plastic.
JDS,
But,
how's it going?
But that inside, that white part, I'm printing two of those right now, taking 12 and a half hours. Two of them.
He's got what, 3 days before he leaves?
He leaves Friday night.
This Friday,
You said the 14th,
This Friday. 13th.
13th.
Or 13th. Oh yeah, it's Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday.
Is it Friday the 13th?
That's what happens. You become calendar challenged when you get the summer off, Justin.
I know.
Hopefully, I've got to go out tomorrow. I've got.
Or in old age, it's like when Joe and I get up, we got to figure out, hey, what time is it? When was the last time we had the tinkle? And what day is it?
Even let's be talking about that mouse in your pocket named Joe.
Joe, I don't
Or
keep
that-
you in my pocket. What are you talking about?
Well, there's got to be somebody else named Joe. I don't think about all that crap.
Usually you just have to go to the bathroom when you get up.
I never woke up anytime during the night to go to the bathroom.
No,
No, I
Nope.
don't.
I don't
Hell.
drink. I don't drink Diet Pepsis till I go to
I
sleep.
have to get up at 10 or 11, then I get up at 3 or 4, then I get
Now,
up at 6.
here's my question: when you get up and go to the bathroom, before you go back to sleep, do you drink a Diet Pepsi,
No,
or you drink any of them?
no.
I
I
usually
bet
get
you
up
got
once a
one
night.
open. You drink and sip on before you go back to sleep.
Oh, I got one on the nightstand that I.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
I
Defense
wake
rest.
up and my throat's dry and I just give it a little tap.
That's why you pee every 2 hours, because you keep putting that diuretic in you.
I
That's
keep
what it's made for. It's a diuretic, and about 2 hours of diuretic. Any diuretic you take it will make you pee. So that's why you're getting up all night and peeing. Stop drinking them at night and you'll see.
I have to get up at I usually get up around 2 and go to the bathroom. I can't hold
Yeah.
it in anymore ever since I had that kidney stone. It hurts if I
normally-
try to hold it in.
I normally go to bed around 2.
The only time I can't hold it in is I take one of them freaking fluid pills. Then it makes me go.
If
Well,
I'm
I also am taking 2 tablets or 1 tablet twice a day. Sulfamethane trimethoprim.
It has nothing to do with it.
It has to do
yeah,
with
something like that.
bladder infections.
That has nothing to do with peeing.
Oh, Friday is the 13th.
Yeah, we said that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do on Friday, and I have no intentions of making anything happen on Friday. So
Friday the 13th never really matters. It's always Saturday the 14th you got to worry about.
I always used to take, if Friday the 13th happened when I was working, I had the day off. Every Friday the 13th and my birthday every year, I made sure I didn't work.
Paul looked up there and saw it's Friday the 13th. Now he's got the calendar down and he's writing Friday the 13th in the 13th.
Yeah, the market's way up today.
Hmm?
The market, it's up 8.72%.
Huh.
It's
Newark, New Jersey.
6,057.
They had an ice raid in Newark, New Jersey today. Got a bunch of them.
Yeah, well, they're also using like every fucking agency that's available. You know, they were even pulling IRS agents into those raids. I thought
Oh,
that was
goodness.
hilarious.
About time they do something productive.
Yeah, they're using the FBI. Fucking everybody's involved in that shit.
2 ways to sign in.
What I can't figure out, and maybe you guys understand it better than I do, how the hell can anybody elect a governor like they have in California?
Because everybody in California
I know he's a nephew of Pelosi, but
everybody in California, 90% of people in California think the same way. He's gonna give them money. He's gonna give them this, and that's all they want. It's a give me state.
gimme, gimme, gimme.
Oh yeah, a lot of the people like Al and Dre and stuff that don't really like a lot of that stuff. There's not very many of them compared to the people that do.
Yeah. I'd say at least 70%. All they want is what they can get. I tell you, when I was there 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it didn't seem like that.
Well, the thing of it is ICE should be targeting, these riots they're having on the streets. Anybody carrying a Mexican flag, you should be detained and check them out because they're probably from Mexico.
Well, that one woman yelling yesterday. She says, we came from Mexico. Mexico owned this. This is our land. You can't tell us what to do.
That's right.
Yeah, but
So
the
they need
thing
to get her right off the bat.
Yeah, but the thing is, you just start detaining people over immigration stuff and they turn out to be a citizen, then you could run into violating their rights. And then that becomes a
Yeah, but
legal issue.
then they're guilty of anarchy, which is
You can get them
a
for
federal law too.
insurrection.
I mean, I don't know. I've
All the
been
ones
watching.
out there. Did you see the ones yesterday? The truck that pulled up that were handing out $65 face masks.
Yep.
They had a truckload. They
Yeah,
needed to go detain that truck, arrest everybody in there, and find out where the hell it came from.
Yeah, they were handing out all kinds of supplies and stuff to the crowd.
Now, let me tell you the funny part. They're trying to find out where you could buy these masks at in bulk. Guess where you could buy them at in bulk? Walmart. One of the daughters from the Walmart fortune, one of the Waltons, is praising the people protesting. Are they just donating these things?
Yep.
I mean,
And
you
what-
really can't get on somebody for donating masks to the crowd. It's really not illegal.
She's praising the protesters, saying they need to stand up to Trump because Trump just said that Walmart needs to eat some of the prices instead of charging all these people extra all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but
making enough money, the money they're making.
the family actually doesn't have any say over the company, though. They just get royalties. They don't actually run any of the company.
But she's mouthing off, and it's kind of suspicious that this is one of the places that they could be coming from. Just saying, you know. They're gonna find out. They had a guy on a scooter yesterday.
Yeah.
They told him to
exactly,
stay
yeah.
on the other. They said stay on the other side. He got on the side and tried to call him, and they took him down quick.
Do you see? You see the two guys push the dumpster out in the middle of the street?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if people are peacefully protesting, and I don't care if they yell the most foul shit in the world. That's their right, as long as they're not inciting violence.
Right. If you're out there inciting, if you're out there with a megaphone and you're saying you're not going to move us, this used to be Mexico. This is our land. Like that, you can't take it from us. It's not Mexico's land. You know, and that's inciting to me.
Yeah.
Because they're agitating the crowd. They need to be arrested and charged with you got to find something. They could probably do domestic terrorism with it.
But that's unfortunately that's the history with all big protests and stuff. There could be 10,000 people protest or rioting, and they're only going to arrest like maybe 40 or 50 people out of that 10,000 people. They never get a large amount of arrests out of those things because somebody will throw something and then run into the crowd and disappear, and you never know who did it.
Well, Prime Video only, monthly, with ads, is £8 a month.
You should just see if they have a free trial to.
Yeah,
Amazon.
they've got a 30-day free trial.
Time to Fly
There you go.
made a statement in there, and he says, "Thanks for pulling me out of my lurking mode."
Yeah, I was reading that.
Cancel anytime.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I put your name in there, Al, because I knew you don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah, you're right there, Al. It is the big cities.
I don't know. It's so weird
That
how
sanctuary city.
it's so weird how big cities just naturally become left leaning. I don't know why, but it's just something that seems to happen around the country. And then everybody obviously that lives in the smaller towns, the smaller cities, and the rural areas tend to be more conservative. I don't know what the difference there is. Not all. I mean, you do have pockets of people in both areas that can be on the opposite side, but It just depends. It just trips me out how major cities always tend to go one way. There's something with that environment, I guess.
It's weird. I went on, pressed the prime button on my TV remote control, and it brought it up and it said sign in. And it brings up a QR code, and you just put your phone in front of it and read the QR code and sign in to the TV through your phone.
Yeah, because it's like using your phone as like a two-step.
Yeah, and it allows Apple in-app purchases, which means that it'll just get paid every month through my wallet.
There's actually quite a few which good shows and movies on there.
Mm.
That's why I don't have to pay for it, because if you get a Prime account, they just give it to you. You get
Yeah, but
that and Amazon Music free too.
how much is the Prime account though?
Over there, I want to say you guys are paying what, like 12 or 14 pounds a month.
Here you go, Paul.
Mm.
That's another one I'm making. It's going to be an orange roof.
Oh,
Yeah, so I've got the two sets like this made. Now I'm making a roof. That's what I'm sending to him.
so the roof goes right on top of that.
Yeah, the roof's like the red. It just slides right on top.
Okay.
And this just pops in so you can pop it in and out in case you got to clean it. Got a little grooves. They make one of these too. It's got a whole bunch of honeycombs in it, right? And they're saying for ladybugs, right? I bet you if I put that out here, it'd be full of bees.
Oh yeah.
That'd be my own beehive. That'd be cool if I could get the honey out of it.
Knowing Joe's luck, it wouldn't even be bees, it'd be yellow
Well,
jackets.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you milk a bee?
It's you got to be very careful.
First, you take it to dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Brenda?
That's gonna be all right because it's gonna have an orange roof on it. So it's gonna
Now,
give the
who's-
offsetting colors.
Who is that going to?
Well, I'm gonna keep one of them. I'm actually keeping two of these. I'm gonna probably make a couple more different colors, and I might start selling them.
Oh, okay.
Joe, Al wants to know if you can send him the printer file, because his
I can
wife
do that.
wants a couple of them.
Yeah, I'll do it. Give me a minute. This right here is going. This one here, when I'm finished with it, will go to my son. I'll send him one like this. I was gonna send him the red, white, and I might still make him another one. I was gonna make it Marine Corps colors, but I think, I'll just give him this. I was gonna do the red and yellow, and then the front was gonna be a dark blue. It was gonna be red and then yellow on the inside. But I think I'm gonna just make him the one with the orange and send it to him. Because his wife liked it last night when I saw it. She don't know she's getting one. But I can make two of them in a day. And if I can make two in a day, and just continue to make them, make a bunch of them, different colors. And Randy's selling them for 30 a piece, 2 for 50. We've actually got a little flea market here that I may see about getting back in. If I could get a bunch of them made during the week, 2 a day, I can make 7, 14 a week, 10 a week. If I brought 10 of them out there and sold 10 of them, it'd be good. Makes me want to get another printer. I get the bamboo with the AMS. I'll set up for 4 colors for $8.99 right now.
You have room for a second printer?
I was thinking about that last night. If I got a second printer, that room that's technically a storage room. I'd put a table in there and start doing them all in there and not here. About
Is
having
your
a
son,
separate room working.
is your son keeping that storage unit?
No,
I was gonna say, go clean that second room out and take all that shit to his unit. Store it there.
yeah, I could. The only thing he'd have is one little corner in it, and if I moved the bed a little bit closer, like it's a twin bed in there. If I moved it just close enough to where all his boxes go against that back wall on the other side of that bed, nobody
Uh-huh.
uses that bed. You see what I mean? So that could be it's nice, pretty boxes, nice and neat that I could stack up right there on that side, and then I could take that whole wall and thing and make I could put a shelf in there or something in there like a desk or something, and they have two printers there and print constantly. And I could put a shelving unit in to put everything in there and use Rubbermaid containers and where I could bring everything out there. I might be able to do that again on Saturday mornings. And shoot, if I could make $200 or $300 on a Saturday, that's nice. I don't mind it. Because I could push a lot of things out there. I could have my cords for drone photography and everything else. Got me thinking.
I mean, you got a second room, might as well utilize it.
I used to sell just pictures out there. Those Christian images with the prints on with the verses on them. And I used to make pretty good money.
You used to hold on, you used to sell what?
Individual images with I'll show you, called Living Word Images. I'll show you a couple of them. I still have the website out there. I sell them. I sell them on. I used to sell them on Facebook. Go find them. I made them so they would fit in a frame, perfect in the frame, and it's a matted print. Like that. It's a living word image that would fit in there to show it matted and everything. It's because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassion never fails. They are new every morning. From Lamentations
Where would you
3:22.
sell those at?
I was selling them out there.
Oh, at the
I had my rolling racks and everything, the ones that spun around with spinners. And I had these things framed and actually I had them just matted. All the ones were just matted. And so it would be in a regular mat they could drop in the frame, and I'd sell different sizes for different prices. But that's one of them. See. Like there's one mediator between God and man, and mankind, the man Christ Jesus, and I put the bridge on it. Like that. Like he's the bridge.
okay.
I'll show you the one I really like. I put this one out there. I used to sell the hell out of this one. It's my two sons like that holding each other with the storm in the background. It says, again, truly I say to you, any two of you agree on earth about anything to ask for, it will be done by them for my Father in heaven.
So
That's
so
Nick and Justin. That's Nick and Justin when they were little.
Yeah, your kids' photos are in like a bunch of random people's houses.
Yeah, that picture is.
I mean, honestly, when you look at that, it looks like a stock photo from like a picture frame or something.
And this is the one I sold a lot of these too. He said, then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. You need Jesus. I'm just saying. I found that sign somewhere. I took a picture of it.
Sarah's
A lot of
uncle,
people would buy that one. I like that one.
Sarah's uncle for years had the wallet he bought at Walmart, and it had all the like little family photos, like the
Yeah.
stock ones that come in there. He used to keep them in there. He'd go around telling people it was his family.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
I used to sell this to anybody in the military. Used to come up and buy the ones that were Marines. That one right there says, "Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord." They used to love that one.
I'll do that and the birdhouses, like mix it up.
Yeah, I can get it back in normal. This is right after Katrina. This is a picture right after Katrina. That was a casino boat on the Gulf Coast that washed up like old pirate ship. I said,
Yeah,
when
I
the
remember
storm
that
is
photo.
swept by, the wicked are gone, but the righteous stand firm forever. I stuck that on there. I used to go take pictures, and then I'd look at it, and a verse would pop in. I saw these when I worked at the Christian bookstore. We had them in there. They had a whole display.
Justin, is
Yeah.
that film Jack Reacher from
Yeah.
2012? Is that it?
No, that's hold on.
Is
Let me
that
look on
anything?
Amazon.
Is that anything to do with why the season came out or what? I know,
No,
it's got 3 seasons from 2022.
right. The films are the ones that Tom Cruise did when he played the character Reacher.
All right, well, that's back in 2012.
Yeah,
2 hours and 12 minutes.
they're good movies, but the problem is Reacher, like Tom Cruise, obviously is a good actor. He did good with the fighting and all that, choreographing it all. But Reacher's character was always supposed to be just this gigantic ass dude, and we all know Tom Cruise ain't a very big guy.
No.
And yeah, so he didn't really fit the character very well in that sense.
Mm.
But he did a good job. The movies are totally watchable.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of Tom Cruise's films, they've had to put him on fucking stilts, or make him look taller, like do camera tricks to make him look taller.
Yeah, because he's a little short guy.
Yeah, I want to say 5'6" or 5'7", something like that. He's not very tall at all.
Huh. It's similar to Reacher, and it comes up with John Wick.
Dude, no. See, the thing with Reacher is just fucking nothing but muscle, and he just plows through everything.
Mm.
I mean, wait till you see the guy that plays him. He's fucking huge in real life. Like, that dude is big.
Sort of built like the Undertaker.
Oh no, he just his muscle mass. I mean, he's got the height. I want to say the dude's probably 6'6", 6'7",
Hey,
but his
Justin, check this
muscles
one
are
out.
just fucking huge, dude.
Check this one out. Got the girl standing with the light like this, really bright, right? And it's dark here. It says, "You, Lord, are my lamp. The Lord turns my darkness into light." Right? That's my daughter. That's my daughter when she was about 8. And we're at Fort Pike. She's looking through the window. Like that. And the brightness just caught me. So I said, let me take this picture. And I already knew. I just put it together. I sold a bunch of those.
Well, his kids are going to come back later in life. I want royalties. They start seeing them popping up in all these houses.
Okay. Cast.
Yeah, I've got like I've got like 200 of them made up. Had them online out there. I just couldn't market them in the right places. I'd get them out there every once in a while and they'd sell them. I have them on my what you call it site, my Instaproof site. And every once in a while somebody stumbles across one. You know, I haven't been able to find the right niche to market it right. I've tried to do it on Etsy and everything. But just haven't found the right niche.
What you almost need to now that, because you were doing that years ago. Now think about it. Now you can incorporate some nice drone photos into that.
Oh, I know. I thought about it. There's going to be a day where I put down the camera and I do that again. I just need to have that money that's set. Like I said, I'm just waiting to see what they're going to say. I should start hearing something pretty soon. Then I'll put down the weekly stuff that I was doing and focus on this. I'd love to get it set up to where it's pulling in enough money that it has enough money generating all the time in some kind of way that even if it's something that you could download a picture, you know, and I don't want to do that because then you're losing that picture. I want it to where you got to buy it from me. It's going to be an image. It's not going to be a digital. Because you get the digital, then you can turn around and give it to people.
Pain in the ass.
Right.
It won't let me use it to send it to the TV.
Oh, what you talking about? The Amazon?
My phone, yeah, when I went on Amazon Prime. I have got Amazon on my TV. It's just that I was doing the search on my phone for it when I was looking at it.
Yeah.
And it'll play it on my phone, but it's not moving it towards the TV. So I might have to do a search. It's just easier to do a search on my phone than it is on the TV.
All right.
Hey, Justin, this is one of my favorite pictures of my son, Justin, right here. We were walking through City Park and he was walking on a train track. And I turned around and shot a picture of him, and just the way he was looking at me, put guide me in your truth and teach me, for you are God, my Savior. I'll put that on there. That's one of my favorite pictures of him. That was when he was like 5.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
21 years ago.
Now he's bigger than you.
Yeah. He loves that picture. Like I said, I've probably taken pretty close to 1 million pictures, over 1 million pictures now. I've just on my that camera counts that show 750,000 since 2016.
Yeah, and whatever you did before that.
Oh yeah, all the film pictures and everything else. I hate when it says battery low and it don't want to work.
Right. I've got to go into my settings and toggle the network on Prime.
Oh, I'm gonna eat breakfast this morning. I'll find something to eat here in a little bit. Actually, it's damn near lunchtime.
Lunchtime. It's nearly tea time here. It's 20 to 5.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it, guys.
All right.
Apps.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later today.
All right.